Hello viewers and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network, and I'm back with yet another update. Yesterday we talked about a high profile meeting where it's alleged that President Mnangagwa was told to resign, and his family had already started to move out of Zimbabwe. That was the report we talked about yesterday. And an update, a follow-up to that, it says, last kick of a dying horse. In his first feat of resistance after the high-profile meeting where he was advised to resign peacefully, Mnangagwa angrily dismissed Apollonia Munzwerengwe, who is related to Chiwenga. She was fired for refusing to chant the 2030 slogan in March East. So, a lot of people have been attacking me yesterday for saying Mnangagwa will not go without a fight. I was attacked, I was called names, I was labeled ZANU-PF. But let me make it on record. I will never support ZANU-PF. I am not a ZANU-PF member. I don't believe in ZANU-PF ideology. I don't believe in whatever ZANU-PF does. They failed us. They are not going to do anything new to save Zimbabwe. So distance me from that thing called ZANU-PF. Let me be honest with you. We are here to deal with facts, not emotions. Everyone want change. Zvekuti dai zvaitobvira izvo zvekutaura kwatiri kutoita taitomuka tatoone change. Dai zvaibvira. But we are dealing with armed people here. We are dealing with people with resources. Imagine kuti wiki nelichivayo just bought kudata gwire imotikari 1.2 million United States dollars. Custom made. Irukunzi chauya mna July. So if he can buy just $1 million to add on top of 11 million imotikari dzakatenga in the past months, it's now more than 12 million already spent by wiki nelichivayo. If ZANU-PF could spend over 200 million for an election, what more do you think they have budgeted to defend Mnangagwa's presidency to 2030 and the establishment of the dynasty going forward? They've budgeted a lot. These are people who have looted billions of dollars. I want to just give you a highlight. In 2019, they looted each and every bank account. And each and every bank account lost at least $5. At least $5 was looted from each and every bank account. How many bank accounts do we have in Zimbabwe? So, if we have, for example, if we have 12 million bank accounts, just multiply by 5. That is the minimum amount which was looted. Then, you'd see that some accounts they lost millions, some they lost hundreds of thousands, which means these people they have enough to beg themselves. Right now, from the moment they introduced Zig, they have been looting mushi with my US dollars. While these shops are closing, when you see shops closing, imari dzema shops dziri kutobiwa, imari dzema businesses dziri kubiwa, imari dzevanhu dziri kubiwa, varume avachizviprotecta. That is the reason why I said they will not go without a fight. There are several mines. If you walk across Zimbabwe, there are several mines dziri kuranwa nekuoperatwa nevana vacho, nevazukuru, nevakwasha. Turungotaura about family chete, close relations. They are operating several mines. Chrome, gold, lithium. So chrome and lithium, we can say it's secondary. Mostly the primary is gold. Ma private jet amuru kuona achimhanya aya. Asingomhanya ari empty, ari kumhanya akatakura goridhe renyika. Gold mafia itself. Do you think Mimi gold mafia was investigated nana Tumburati Goche? No. Gold mafia was investigated and initiated by a very powerful person in Zimbabwe. Probably ndo vanhu vari kurwisana right now mZANU-PF. So if billions are being looted, Zimbabwe is losing over 100 million in terms of gold chete every month. So do you think kuti these guys, they don't have enough to fight back? They do have. That is the reason why we say, yes, he is going, but it's not going to be an easy task. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Having said that, it then calls for each and every Zimbabwean to be first and foremost strategic. We must be 100% strategic. We must be good listeners, not ready and quick to talk. The biggest problem we have with our people, they just hear a small part, 10%, and they rush to comment. Just 10% is enough for you to give a comment. You don't care about the 90%. You just care about 10%. That is the biggest problem we have in Zimbabwe. Because if you are given an instruction and you only listen to 10% of that instruction, you are likely going to make a wrong move. You are going to make a mistake. So listen very, very carefully, even to these ZANU-PF people when they talk. Listen to them very, very carefully. Listen to them. You will understand what we are talking about. The reason why, personally, I believe I understand these people is because I take my time. I always listen to whatever which they say each and every time. I might even put headphones, doing whatever I'm doing in the fields everywhere. I'll be listening to whatever which they have been saying. So that I get each and every part. I try to connect dots. I try to get as much information as possible. So this is it. Never Masura is saying he is actually resisting. So what's next if he resists? It means he's not going to resign. So it means we need to expect to have a direct confrontation. And in my own view, the wisest thing is to first have a clash. They must first have, this is my view, they must first have a clash. Kana vachiridzirana misombo yavo vomboridzirana misombo yavo. After that, we take a position, a strategic position. I want to talk about an example which was given by Blessed Mhlanga. He said, when two lions are fighting and the zebra has been lying right there, the zebra must take advantage and start to run away. This is the advantage you need to take. Let Chiwenga, let Mnangagwa clash. Let them fight. When they do so, as the people of the Republic of Zimbabwe, we then take our position. We reclaim what has been stolen from us. The clash is inevitable. They will definitely clash. Yes, deaths are inevitable. Prisons are going to be full. That is inevitable. We need to make sure that we are organized. Kuti pachigaro panguva yapasina munhu toparega here pane vacuum. That is how organized people operate. That is how citizens who understand military rule operates. So, if we just do zvinhu chivhundumukira, tinonyura. This is my own view. I want to give you a simple example. Look at what was happening in Kenya. Kenya, people went into the streets with vigor, but they lacked an objective. They didn't know what they wanted to achieve. What happened next? So many people abducted, so many people dead, so many people paralyzed, injured, and Ruto is still there. Go to Mozambique. The people of Mozambique went into the streets. But did they have an objective? No. They were simply protesting. What was the objective? None. Because you don't say somebody who stole the elections and the Constitutional Council has declared the wrong results valid and you continue to walk into the streets simply protesting. You must have an objective, a clear 100% objective and a strategy. That is what led to Venancio and these people. They had been given an opportunity by the people and by the military, to be precise. The military in Mozambique had given Venancio a chance, but he misused it. He failed to utilize or to capitalize on that. He allowed everything to happen. And in Zimbabwe, if we fail to strategically place ourselves, we are going to walk into the same trap. So it's wise to understand how these people operate. Learn from Kenya. Mnangagwa is the key advisor of the Kenyan president. Mnangagwa is the key advisor of the Mozambican president. Two scenarios, they were advising each other, which means we need to learn a lot from him. This is a man who will not act in time enough for you to know what he is planning, but when he strikes, he makes a deadly strike. And if we are not very, very careful, we will be defeated, or we will fail to have that objective, which is going to save Zimbabwe. So we'll continue having our problems. We'll continue to cry. People will continue to be in diaspora. People will continue to roam around, jobless, poor. We will continue to have disputed elections. So, when we are moving into the streets, let us have an objective. What is our mission? What is our objective? If it means we are going there, we have to go there. Yes, don't be controlled by anyone. That is the truth. You cannot be controlled by anyone. You must know the destination you want to go to. You are the drivers of that change. So if you are the drivers, how can you be controlled by the conductors and all these people? You have to drive the vision of a new great Zimbabwe forward. And when you are driving that vision, it's from your action. So this is what Comrade Deva Masura has said, and let us continue to watch and see what is happening. When you see rumors or reports that people are moving, the family is moving out, you know, they are not moving to say we have surrendered. No, they are strategically positioning themselves. Kutikana zvikanzi chachaya havavharirwi vese kuno, which means only those important will remain here. Vamwe vese ava vanatumbura tigocha, they will move out to the safe zones, to the places of safety. This is the reason why I asked and said, have you ever observed kuti in the past few days kwabudiwa muZimbabwe zvinotyisa nevakuru, vana vevakuru, marelatives machi vari kungobuda muZimbabwe zvinotyisa. Those left, vanhu vaiva vekuti they have been neutral, they are ready to switch sides anytime. Have you ever asked yourself why? It's because they know what is happening. I am telling you, these people, they have already placed, they are moving, they are on the move. From a reliable source, these people are on the move from both sides, because they don't know the outcome of the confrontation with pakatika confrontation inomira sei. So that is the reason why we say, let us be proactive, let us be ready, and let us not be lured by sweet words to think that yes and no. We still have a role to play.